What is going on, everybody? It is the Naughty Investor here, and I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I want to be going over Ethos and their long-term vision, what I think about it, and why I think it could definitely be a big player in the future. Now, for Ethos, I do think this is more of a long-term player as opposed to a short-term player. I mean, if you're trying to trade it, that's a little bit different, but this is definitely a long-term vision because what their main thing they're trying to do is very, very bold, and I like that, and I think it's definitely possible. They have a decent development team, but you do have to realize development takes time. These programmers, these software developers are working hard 24 hours a day, most likely, trying to get their whole vision situated, okay? And we're going to that in a second, but first let's just talk about the prices, the markets, the liquidity, and all that. Now, as far as markets go, it hasn't been listed on that many markets. So we have 11 different pairings here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 different markets. So 6 different markets, 11 different pairings. This is good news for Ethos holders because it means that a lot of exchanges haven't got it yet, which means that in the future, when it hits those exchanges, that could be more money coming into the project, okay? One thing to always look for if you're trying to find undervalued coins is how many markets are they on? Because if they're not on a lot of markets, that means there's untapped potential. Because when it gets listed on another market, on another exchange, that is more money that could come into the coin. So say KuCoin lists it. That's millions of people who learn about Ethos because they'll usually have a notification, you know, we've listed this coin. And then they'll look into Ethos and, oh, this is a great idea. Let me buy this, okay? So that is great news for Ethos that it's only on 11 different pairings in not many exchanges. That makes it definitely an undervalued coin. Now, as far as their long-term vision, they're doing a couple different things as far as like wallets and mobile applications go. It is based on Ethereum, but the biggest thing they are proposing, I think my phone just went off, is that they are trying to create a fiat to altcoin universal gateway. Now, what that will do, for those of you who don't realize, that will actually detether Bitcoin from altcoins, okay? And here's why. When you have to, when you go to buy an altcoin on an exchange, a lot of the exchanges don't accept US dollar. Some accept USDT, which is Tether, but even when I was looking on Binance, there's a lot of coins that aren't accepted with Tether. So there are a lot of people who have to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum to buy the altcoins, okay? So what happens with this is, just putting Ethereum aside for a second, just talk about Bitcoin, they'll have to buy Bitcoin to then buy the altcoin, okay? So they'll buy Bitcoin using US dollar on Coinbase, GDAX, one of the US dollar exchanges, right? And then what happens is they'll trade that Bitcoin for an altcoin. So Bitcoin is in the steps, and that's part of the reason why Bitcoin is tethered to altcoins, and that's why we see a relationship there where if Bitcoin drops, altcoin drops. When altcoin drops, Bitcoin can drop. Of course, there is a lot of exceptions to that. We've seen times where Bitcoin went up and altcoins went down, but that is a general thing, that Bitcoin is tethered to altcoins in that regard. Now, what Ethos will be doing when they create and develop this universal fiat to altcoin gateway is they will be detethering Bitcoin from altcoins. And so we'll have 2 completely different markets, okay, where we could see Bitcoin drop and altcoins go dramatically up, where we could see altcoins drop and Bitcoin goes dramatically up. Because of that, Ethos is making a very bold proposal in what they want to do, okay? So you definitely have to take that into consideration, that they're making a very bold proposal that could really change the crypto market. And I think holders of Ethos are going to be well rewarded for that if their vision is finalized, if all their work and dedication comes to fruition with that universal gateway. They're doing other things. I know they're doing a lot of different other things, but that is, for me at least, the main value proposition: the universal fiat to altcoin gateway, allowing any altcoin to be purchased with fiat. Fiat means US dollar, euro, any type of centralized currency cryptocurrency garbage, okay? And that's a good thing because that's the only way you'll be able to purchase it. Even if you're buying altcoins with Bitcoin, you have to get the Bitcoin with US dollar. I mean, ultimately, currently our system, the world economy is based on fiat, although cryptocurrency definitely has the potential to change that. So they have a very bold proposal, and they definitely, if they go through with it, I could see the price of ETHOS easily hitting $15-20, if not more. Currently we're at about almost $2, up 4% today. Today the whole market was pretty good. If you go to the charts, its all-time high was here we go, was a little bit over $10 was the all-time high. And we have fallen a decent amount since then, but we are, in my opinion, starting to find the bottom, not just for ETHOS, but for the cryptocurrency market as a whole. We are starting to find a bottom. Right now, again, it is at just under $2. If you were looking to pick it up, I think soon would be a decent time to do so, especially if we see it drop a bit more, because if it drops a bit more, we're getting close to that bottom, okay? So I definitely think it's a good project. I definitely think it's something that could be a portion of your portfolio. Again, always diversify. You shouldn't own just ETHOS, even if you think it's the best project in the world. And I do think it's a really good project, but you have to diversify. You have to be smart about this. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. As far as percentages go, how much of this should be in your portfolio? I would say maybe 10 to 15%. At the high, maybe about 5% at the low. If you really love it, maybe go up to 20 to 25, but I wouldn't make it more of a quarter of your portfolio just because they don't have the finished product yet. However, that's not a bad thing because that gives you the speculative advantage because you're getting in before the product's finished, and when it is finished, you'll see the price surge. You want to get in early, so you have to consider that. And overall, out of 10, I would give the project probably a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 as far as the team goes, as far as the value proposition goes and how bold it is, and as far as how their roadmap is, okay? So that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think of it? Leave your comments below. Do you own it? And this video was requested from a subscriber of mine in my previous live stream from the other day. I will try and link that below if you want to check that live stream out, because that is where I got the idea for this video. So thank you for suggesting this video topic for myself. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Bitcoin go up, the money will flood into the altcoins. And my prediction, as even though I am bullish on Bitcoin, I do think that Bitcoin dominance is going to drop. And what that essentially means is that altcoins are going to gain more market share relative to Bitcoin. Okay? And the reason is, I mean, Bitcoin's great, and there's a lot of great things happening with Bitcoin. But altcoins, you have to remember, altcoins are doing a lot of very niche specific things. They're capturing very different markets than Bitcoin, okay? So there's a lot of different altcoins out there, other different protocols that I am very bullish on, and some I've already done very well with. I've mentioned in the past Pearl, which is a really interesting protocol, and Pearl is, I got in at 10 cents, I saw it go to a penny and go all the way up to $4, okay? So that's a huge return on investment. Now, it's currently sitting, I think it's about at, let me see what